Are you comfortable? Are you cozy? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not even gonna play no music, bro. We made it. And I'm proud of myself only because I'm really bad at like finishing anything, bro. Like I'm historically known to not finish a lot of things. But we finished a director arc, bro. It didn't take that long. I think we've been reacting to this like 2 weeks or something like that. Hold on. Let me just see. When did we start the director's arc? I'm finna make like a supercut video as well. So I'm finna just stitch all the videos together. So if you missed anything, yeah, we started 2 weeks ago and we finished it. That's not bad, bro. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all if you ask me. So anybody who's been watching since the beginning, thank you. Uh, it's been a great arc to watch. Hopefully, you guys stay tuned for more reactions and more things in the future. I don't know, bro. It just feels like we're finished. We're really finished this after this. And for all the people that's hating in the comments and like you pre-watched this video, if you think I'm pre-watching a Parrot video on my own time, you guys are silly, bro. But yeah, when it comes to this YouTube channel, it's always been watching what the new youth like to watch so that I could understand like y'all sense of humor, what's popping in these communities. Like I never knew Minecraft made it this far. Same thing with Skibidi Toilet and seeing how far that went, and SCP, like all these communities, all these things, bro. Like I gotta understand, like in regular life, I don't really watch these things. Like, I'm a bit older, a lot of you guys like to call me Unc, but yeah, bro, I be watching the news, politics, little stuff like that. Read books, but things like this, it is a great thing to be able to do for a job. Like watch these videos, see what make y'all tick. But either way, enough with the yap, enough about me. Let's get into the season finale of Unstable SMP Director's Arc. Also, check out the IsiahCozy Spotify. We are dropping more music. It's almost been a year since I dropped Hold Me Tight, which is crazy. Can't believe it's been that long already. But let's do it.
The perfect Minecraft prison. Hidden millions of blocks out on our Minecraft server, Paragon was built for one sole purpose: to trap me forever. And it was perfect by design. It was just a singular obsidian platform suspended hundreds of blocks above lava. Escaping this place was practically impossible.
Not really.
At first, I thought I was completely alone, until one day, I saw a player building a flying machine to my platform. It was Weefies, my former best friend who had trapped me here in the first place. Upon arriving at my platform, Weefies dispensed a few slices of bread from under me. It wasn't much, but it was the first contact that I had had with any player in the past few days. That's it.
Hope to make the stay a little nicer.
And just like that, Weefies was gone. And once again, I was alone. But there had to be an escape. Some sort of vulnerability in the prison that Weefies hadn't accounted for.
Not without help, there's not.
I started looking.
The smartest player in Unstable
But
SMP.
all I could find in here were empty walls and a staircase leading up to the surface. In reality, with the items I had snuck in, there was no way I was getting out of here. And each day, I was given less and less food. Meaning that unless I wanted to starve to death, I had to sit extremely still on the platform to conserve my hunger. I needed an escape plan desperately. I analyzed the items I had snuck in over
You can't
and
even
over
PvP
again.
with Weefies.
Wind charges, cobwebs, carpets, even a prized spyglass that Weefies had given to me over a year ago. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that if there was any way I was going to escape this place, it had to be through Weefies. After all, Weefies himself followed the same rigid pattern to deliver me food. The flying machine that he would use to cross the gap was my only ticket out of here. What I was about to do was extremely risky, but if I didn't try, I was going to spend the rest of my time on the server trapped in here. You know you can't keep me in here forever, right?
I don't want to, but I'm doing what I have to. fighting it won't help.
Oh my gosh!
No way, Weefy's got
And with
bent
Weefy's
like
trapped
that.
down in the lava, all that stood in between me and freedom was a single climb. No way.
You gotta move, bro. It's making me nervous. No way it's that easy. It's not that easy. Why would he go up instead of out? Why he went up instead of out? Why you go up instead of out?
What? But to my absolute surprise, instead of the outside world, I found myself in an entirely new prison.
Can't you just block up? That's a beautiful build, by the way. Amazing build.
And although this new prison felt even more hopeless than the last, I didn't care. Because no matter what I was about to go through, no matter how difficult it was going to be to escape this place, I promised that someday, somehow, I was going to break out of here.
Whatever you're thinking, Parrot, it's impossible.
You live that?
I know how you are, Parrot. If you have even a sliver of hope, you'll keep fighting until you have nothing left. You will spend weeks planning that, Parrot. You're gonna think there's a way. You're gonna search for an escape that doesn't exist. And then one day, you'll snap out of it and realize that you've tried everything you could possibly try. Then we can finally begin.
Begin with what?
Begin building a world, Parrot, just us. A world where you don't have to worry about dying, where I don't have to worry about you dying ever again. It won't take any luck, it won't take any brains, it won't take anything. You just have to stay here.
This would be a lot more romantic if it was like a female. You know what I mean? But a best friend doing this feels a bit much, right? Like, bro, you can't tell me how to live my life. Some guys like being in the doghouse with their girl. They like that. They like where they are. But it's like, your best friend doing this, like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I can't interact with nobody. You know, maybe if you put a lady parrot in there, maybe Parrot wouldn't complain so much. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's the only hole I see in Weefy's plan, like, realistically.
And you'll survive. That's all it is. Come on, smile, Parrot. You're safe.
Weefy's.
Now give me your items.
Weefy's wasn't always like this, but 6 months ago, after faking his own death, he had become a completely different person. What are you gonna do, kill me,
Yeah,
bro?
this is my introduction
You already said
to
that
him.
You're not gonna do that.
I know. But I'll kill all your friends.
I realized that I didn't have a choice. So, Weefy's conducted an item check, filling my inventory with boats to make sure that I had no items left. But I decided to keep one item anyway. The spyglass that Weefy's had given to me as a symbol of friendship. Maybe I kept it to test Weefy's, or maybe to see if he still even cared. That's all my items.
There's a boat left over. The spyglass, Parrot, drop it.
Weefy's,
Weefy's!
why would I ever want your stupid spyglass?
Damn!
Is that good?
Hold that. Hold that. You know, I know Weefy's a sensitive type too, deep down inside. He's screaming. Ever seen that Kendrick meme? He like, ah!
Yeah. And don't worry. I'll start from scratch just like you. So let's head down.
But there was no way that I was going to let Weefy's get away with what he had done. If he thought that I was going to cooperate inside of his prison, he was wrong. I was going to kill him. So, the moment I got out of his sight, I grabbed a few blocks of wood and crafted a wooden sword.
Yeah, this is
So what's the
weird.
plan?
Whatever you'd like it to be. All we have to do is... Well, this is our world. We don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
It's like a crazy girlfriend and her manipulative, gaslighting boyfriend.
sorry.
Crit.
What? To my surprise, Weefy's had some sort of mechanism that teleported him away whenever his totem of undying popped. And as I stood there wondering what I was supposed to do, I remembered something. The spyglass that I had thrown out earlier. If I wasn't quick, it was going to despawn. So, I booked it all the way back up the first prison, and luckily, it was still there. But I wasn't even supposed to have this spyglass, and if Weefies found out that I had kept it, I didn't know what he was going to think. Because in reality, after what he had done, there was no reason for me to have gone back for it. Maybe it was because I had carried the spyglass with me everywhere and I didn't want to lose it. Or maybe it was because it reminded me of who Weefies used to be.
It's all yours.
However, regardless of what I thought, I still needed to find a way out of here. Weefies said that this prison was called Paragon, which literally translates to something perfect. But in all honesty, this place didn't look perfect at all. The walls looked easy to climb out of or mine through, and an escape through the nether was also possible. So, after grabbing food at a weirdly built village and then crafting some basic tools, I started making my way up the tallest mountain in the prison. I was going to escape. What the? Somehow, two invisible players had appeared out of nowhere, splashing me with slow falling and knocking me off of my bridge. I had no idea where they had come from or how they even knew that I was trying to escape, but I was so close. I wasn't willing to give up just yet. Come on. Please.
Well, you gotta know that's not gonna work. He is nowhere near close, by the way.
No.
That boat's coming in clutch. He does not have enough blocks, bro.
No. And since it was now clear that there were guards somehow monitoring my every move, I realized that this prison would be a lot more difficult to escape than I had initially thought. Following this, I decided to check the nether as well. Yes, okay, please. But
The nether's in a prison too.
There was a massive obsidian wall that gave me mining fatigue whenever I got near it, which meant I had no choice but to head back to the overworld to come up with a new plan. But as I was doing so, I couldn't help but notice how cool this place actually was. Dude, like this is crazy, bro. So for the next half hour, I decided to just explore around the area, and I realized that Weefies was right. He had actually managed to build an entire world inside of here. Oh my gosh. Well, I didn't want to call it a world. It was a prison. And in reality, even though there were cool mountains and lakes, that still couldn't hide the fact that I was surrounded by a massive obsidian wall meant to contain me. And eventually, after navigating through the entire prison, I stumbled across a small house in a cherry grove. Hello? Hello? I realized that this house had to belong to Weefies, and seeing that he wasn't here, there was only one thing I could do.
You're gonna burn his house? Yeah, he's definitely giving crazy girlfriend.
And while I continued to come up with an escape plan, I also decided to build a house of my own. Holy, this is a crazy spot for a house. Although I wasn't planning to stay in this prison for very long, I understood that if I at least wanted to survive until I got out, I would need basic shelter and also a sustainable source of food. So, once I completed my house, I headed to the nearby jungle biome to fish. And that's when Weefies showed up.
I hear you met my guards.
You come here often, FaceApp.
What are you doing? Controlling them? Keeping them in this prison so they keep watching me?
Well, everyone has a price.
Dude, there are many other places where you can fish. I had no idea what Weefies wanted from me or how he had even found me in the first place, but that's when I had an idea.
2 lily pads in a row.
Yeah,
What are the odds, huh?
0.02%. You see, if Weefies was watching my every move, then by that logic, I can make it look like I was trying to escape in one way, when in reality, I was setting up an entirely different escape plan. Alright, I'm probably gonna get going.
Okay.
Alright, see ya. And just like that, I booked it straight for the Nether. And seeing that Weefies was still watching me, once I entered the Nether, I mined as much gold as possible and then used it to trade with piglins for ender pearls.
Guys, don't mess with crazy girls, bro. It is never worth it.
Oh my gosh, it hit!
But it do kind of be worth it, though. It keep life interesting, but like not in an entirely good way.
Got it! What? But the ender pearls themselves serve two different purposes. To Weefies and the guards, it seemed obvious that I was going to use them to try and escape through the Nether roof. But that's exactly what I wanted them to think. In reality, I was also going to use them in a daylight-controlled ender pearl stasis chamber. And with this contraption, I would instantly teleport back to the overworld whenever the sun set. Okay, perfect. This meant that while the guards and Weefies thought that they were stopping me from escaping, they were actually playing right into my hands. So, once I secretly built the stasis chamber using the cover of my house, I started heading back to the Nether roof to stage this fake escape.
You gotta time it perfectly, though.
And sure enough, within seconds of teleporting onto the Nether roof, 2 guards had arrived. No! Everything was going exactly to plan. I would just have to distract them for the next few minutes.
He almost died. Yo, what do you gotta give people to do this with their life?
No way that just worked. Well played, Weefies. Nice try, bro. You thought, buddy. You really thought.
There's gonna
But
be Weefies this
somehow,
time.
even after all of that, Weefies was still one step ahead of me. What?
I told you, Parrot. This place is inescapable. I mean, I'm sure you figured this out by now, but it's not the walls that are keeping you in. It's you. It's as I said before, you're gonna try everything in the world that you can think of. But no matter what you try, no matter how hard, nothing is going to work. Now come on. Get down from there before you hurt yourself.
Yo, this freaky bro. Weefies, he playing the creep well.
I knew that Weefies was right. No matter what I did, he was always going to be one step ahead of me. And because of this, I started thinking about why this prison was even considered perfect in the first place. And that's when I realized something. This prison was inescapable because it was an extension of Weefies' mind. The only reason I couldn't get out of here was because Weefies was smarter than me, which meant the only way I was going to be able to escape this place was if I managed to get close enough to Weefies, and then when I had the perfect chance,
Backstab him.
kill him. You win.
What?
What? You gonna
I
be
tried
my
everything,
friend?
bro.
Oh, man.
I tried climbing out. I tried going out to the Nether. I tried baiting you and the guards with an Ender Pearl stasis chamber and it didn't work. You're right. It's impossible.
You've given up?
Yeah. So what now? What?
Nothing.
So, knowing that I needed to do everything in my power to gain Weefies' trust, I started building a house close to his.
Well, I didn't take you for someone who gives up so quickly.
It's been hours, bro.
That's it? That's all it takes to bring down Parrot X2?
And in this moment, I knew that it was going to take a lot of convincing for Weefies to actually trust me. However, I was playing the long game. I was willing to wait weeks, even months, for the perfect opportunity to kill Weefies and escape this place.
Aren't you ever so slightly tempted? I have no armor on.
What?
Aren't you tempted?
Weefies. I've already tried to kill you, bro. You swapped to your Totem of Undying and teleported away. If I try to kill you, you're just gonna do the same thing. Bro, and think about it. If I actually wanted to kill you in one shot, don't you think my priority would have been to like fully enchant a diamond sword so that I can do it in one shot and you don't have any reaction time?
Hey, you're not bad. Whatever you say then.
Yeah,
Let's see how long this
he dragging it, bro.
lasts.
He know you will have fun.
So, over the course of the next few hours, Weefies and I built an actual food farm and then played mini games together like archery.
And you get the inner ring on that furthest left log. If you can, I'll let you win.
And although it was all an act, deep down, I didn't want to kill Weefies. I knew that there had to be some part of him that knew that what he was doing was wrong. And maybe, one day, he'd realize that and let me out of here.
We can call it a draw. I think you earned it.
But if I was going to convince Weefies that I was intending to stay here, I needed it to actually seem that way. So, to gather full armor and other resources, the two of us decided to head to a deep dark biome, which also somehow existed inside of the prison.
That's
We
ridiculous.
removed all the shriekers and catalysts.
Well, it'd be a little dangerous otherwise, wouldn't it?
So, after navigating the deep dark and looting all of the chests inside, Weefies and I then decided to mine out all of the skulk inside of the city. Although it took hours, it was something that no ordinary person would do if they were still trying to escape. And following this, the two of us mined for diamonds to craft ourselves full diamond armor. I'm going to make, diamond chestplate. Alright, I have full diamond. I think I'm also gonna make a diamond axe. Weefies?
Boy, lose
Weefies?
his mind. July
I
Sonic.
couldn't believe what I was seeing. Weefies was AFK, standing still right in front of me.
Test.
Alright, I'm gonna just tower up. However, Weefies wasn't dumb. I knew that there was a chance that he was doing this to try and test me. And if I tried to kill him with my axe right here, he would have plenty of time to swap to his Totem of Undying and teleport away.
Imagine he had a mace.
Yo. But if he was actually away from his computer, this was way too good of an opportunity to pass up. Because if I managed to kill Weefies here, I could easily escape this prison. And seeing that I had just mined some dripstone from a nearby cave, I had to try.
No way. He just said that this could be a trap. What if he drop it? He like, I'm just yanking your leg. It was just a joke, bro. Yeah, Parrot, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest.
Yo, are you back?
Yeah. What's up? You got full armor. Okay, perfect.
Ain't not gonna mention nothing. Okay, bro.
Here, let me do the same. I don't know if I'll have enough. Do you have 2 extra diamonds by chance?
No, I don't. I had been completely outplayed. And worst of all, Weefies now knew that me trying to get close to him was all an act. Killing him would be way harder than I'd initially thought. I had to pretend like it was a complete fluke. So, over the course of the next few days, I decided to not make any moves at all. Instead, I focused all of my time into expanding the base, fishing, and any possible activity that made it seem like I had fully given up. That was, until Weefies had an idea.
Well, what do you say we play another game then?
Sure.
We wanna do parkour, hide and seek?
I'm down to do hide and seek. This was perfect. You see, I still knew nothing about Weefies. I didn't know how he thought about things or how he was able to predict my every move.
Right, I say we limit it to a biome slice.
Sure.
And no mining or placing blocks.
On the outside, something like hide and seek was a friendly game between me and him. But secretly, it would allow me to understand his mind, which in turn would help me understand the prison. So, the rules of the game were simple. We would each pick a biome to hide in. Once the seeker found the hider, we would swap places, and whoever found the other person faster would win. Weefies and I agreed that I would hide first, so I picked the mangrove swamp biome, which arguably was the most dense biome that I could have picked. And it wasn't long until Weefies found me. How, bro? How? And then, it was Weefies' turn to hide. If I was going to learn anything about how he thought, it was from this. You chose the coral reef?
Yeah.
Out of all of the biomes?
Something wrong?
No. But something was wrong. No ordinary player who is trying to win in a game of hide and seek would pick this specific biome. After all, it had the least hiding places out of every other biome in the prison. This could only mean one thing. Weefies knew that this game of hide and seek was a test. And as I headed off to go and try and find him, I knew that I had to be careful. Weefies was trying to prove something. But then again, if I played my cards right, I could
just a bunch of mind games back and forth, bro. We can't play Minecraft.
Also learn a lot about who Weefies was as a person. So I started looking around, and the first thing I noticed was how difficult it actually was to search underwater. Knowing that it wasn't the best use of my time, I knew that I would have to come back to that later. And since I wasted the next few minutes looking around different terrain, I realized that if I wanted to beat Weefies' time, I would need a different approach. I had to think like him. The house was obvious, almost too obvious in the way that it'd be a perfect mind game to play. But of course, it was empty. When I first built my house, I also noticed that there was a jungle temple at the back of the island, but once again, nobody was hiding in here. I spent the next few minutes boating around and searching every last bit of the biome that I could, but the more I searched, the more I realized that if Weefies was hiding anywhere, it was in the water somehow. And that was when I noticed a small underwater cave. By this point, I had searched practically every other section of the biome, and although the chances that Weefies was actually in here were very slim, I had to check. But that's when I saw it. There was a tiny entrance nestled in the back of the cave. However, in the rules, Weefies himself had said that he wasn't going to break or place any blocks.
And no mining or placing blocks.
And if he was back there, that would be considered cheating since this little entrance obviously wasn't naturally generated. But this was Weefies who we were talking about. I didn't know what extent he was taking this game to, and even though I was running out of air bubbles and also time, if Weefies was back there, I needed to know. Yo, found you.
10-10. Not bad.
I thought the rules were no blocks. Like you
Oh,
couldn't-
yeah, no, I set this up a few days ago.
And that's when it clicked. Once again, Weefies
one's
had
been ready.
completely outsmarted me because the hide and seek game we had just played was a complete test. You see, if I had truly trusted Weefies, I wouldn't have gone down to investigate the back of the cave. And the moment I did, it confirmed that I didn't trust him at all. And knowing that there wasn't much
Like, why it gotta be all that though? Like, I can understand the sentiment and why we're getting to this conclusion, but it's still like, why? Like what is wrong with this guy?
I could do now to earn back Weefies' trust.
Is this all he was
I
trying
gave
to
up.
do with Parrot?
Well,
Just play mind
gave
games?
up wasn't the right term. Although I knew I couldn't outsmart Weefies, I was hopeful that there was some part of him that still cared. But since there was nothing I could do about that besides wait, the two of us started turning this prison into our own world. We spent hours mapping out the entire area. We rebuilt and redesigned our Cherry Grove base, and we played all sorts of different games together. Days slowly turned into weeks. And then one day, I was exploring around the border of the prison when I stumbled across something. Something that didn't belong here. Hello? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Just like I had hoped for this entire time, Weefies had opened up an entrance into the wall of the prison to let us out. Or at least, that's what I thought.
It's beautiful, isn't
It's
it?
an extension. DLC pack.
The outside world. I'm surprised you didn't try and leave.
I mean, why would I?
That just remind me of the SCP I read to like yesterday. The one where the creature was tormenting all the people and turning their consciousness back into babies, and they were just screaming "Papa" the whole time, like making him docile. He done turned Parrot into like a little baby. He afraid to walk to the sunlight.
It's like better in here.
Even still.
Can I go over there?
Yeah.
Asking permission like nuts, bro.
Yeah. For all you know, there might be another wall out there.
Axe crit, axe crit, axe crit.
You see those dandelions?
Yeah.
You ever wonder, Parrot, how I knew about Mr. Cube?
About the dandelion that was planted in his cell?
Exactly.
You see, months ago, after capturing one of the assassins that Weefies had sent after me, we had locked them inside of a prison cell, giving them a dandelion as a decoration. However, Weefies somehow knew about the dandelion before we had even given it to the assassin. It was still one of the greatest unanswered questions surrounding him, how he always managed to know things that he shouldn't.
It was Jumper, Parrot. I told her that if she dared go against what I had planned, I would reveal the identity of each and every one of her spies. I told you this earlier with the guards, that everyone has a price. Well, even more
I always knew she was a snake. Nah, I don't feel bad for what's going on with her in the current arc.
powerfully. Everyone has something they care about. And if you can control that, you can control the person.
Weefies, what is wrong?
That's why they work here 24/7. At every command. The guards are the fabric of this place, Parrot. Without them, this prison wouldn't function. And there's no force that would make them stray from their orders. Because I have what they care about. Well, I guess we don't need this anymore, do we?
Yeah.
Here. You can fill the rest if you'd like.
Weefies? But for the first time in weeks, I had a plan. The guards. The more I thought about it, Weefies was right. The guards themselves obviously were the foundation of this prison, but they were also the biggest flaw as well. I couldn't believe that I hadn't realized this before. The guards were arguably weaker than Weefies and were way more likely to fall for a trap. And if I killed one of them, I could take all of their gear and just fly out of here. So, I got
You gonna
to
end up
work.
killing the
If
rat.
I wanted to kill one of them, I would need to once again stage a fake escape. But this time, the fake
There's only 2 people who care enough to do this.
escape would lead to a trap. So, I picked a tree by the border of the prison and mined a tunnel about 50 blocks down. Following this, I started looking for and killing wandering traders, which have an 8.5% chance of dropping milk or an invisibility potion upon death. But even after days of this, I still had 0 luck. No, dude. Dude, I'm about to crash out, bro. I'm actually gonna crash out. Oh my gosh, dude. The statistical significance of this, bro, is actually like 0.001, bro. But eventually,
He just be
I
saying
managed to get
words.
both a milk bucket and an invisibility potion. Oh my gosh. Thank God. 2 for 2? Are you serious? So, after grabbing some obsidian, I made my way back to the tunnel I had mined earlier. To any guard who was watching me, what I was about to do looked like an obvious escape attempt. But that's exactly what I needed them to think. And once I made it to the bottom of the tunnel, all I had to do was wait for a guard to fall for the trap.
Yo,
Oh,
what?
this jumper.
Yo,
Jumper!
Fuck.
But to my absolute surprise, this guard was no ordinary player. It was Jumper, one of my friends. You're the guard?
Yes, I'm the guard. It's me, the Rapchu, and Leo. But
Yeah.
what? Like, please, don't leave, okay? We've been watching you. You. Weefies is what? Stop! Do not leave! Stop! Weefies has.
Wait,
Weefies
Jumper.
is.
You have an
Yes.
Elytra, right?
Yeah.
Wait, give me
yeah,
that.
I do. I can't.
Give me
I
that.
can't let you- You're gonna
Give
just
me
try
that.
to fly out with it.
Give me
Yeah,
that.
that's the
Parrot,
point.
if you leave, all my spies' identities are getting leaked. You can't leave.
So you're just
Like,
gonna
if you
stay
s-
in this prison forever. And no matter how badly I wanted to escape this place, I couldn't kill Jumper, which meant Weefies was right. There was absolutely nothing that I could do about the situation.
I'm sorry.
They're so slimy. Like, man.
It's not ideal for us either.
So what are you gonna do after this? Go back to just being a guard? For the...
Yeah. Oh.
I see you finally met the guards. Well, properly. Jumper, you can leave. Your job is done. Come with me.
So what now?
You'll follow me.
Weefies, we can still leave. Like, you realize that, right? We can just climb over these walls and go back to spawn, or even somewhere just far away from spawn.
Parrot, do you think I'm stupid?
Yeah.
I gave up on you months ago. It's way too late for starting over. Do you not understand what I'm saying to you? You want to get out of here, Parrot. You have no intention of staying in this prison. I tried to convince you many times, yet you wouldn't budge. You just don't listen. You put yourself in danger for causes that only exist in your head. I know that no matter what I tell you, I can't change your mind.
By this point, I had tried everything. I had tried outsmarting Weefies, I had tried reasoning with him, I had even waited weeks, hoping for him to change, but nothing worked. And even though I knew that there was still some part of him that cared, he was too far gone to see it himself. Please.
Well, then follow me.
To where?
You'll see. Do you know the extent, Parrot, that I've been keeping an eye on you, that I've been tracking every item in your inventory? 1 oak boat, 1 dripstone, an enchanted diamond axe, 62 obsidian, 30 acacia logs, 5 torches, 25 carrots, a bucket,
What?
2 enchanted golden apples.
I had never seen anything
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. I'm like, what? I'll just log off. All F4. All F4. All F4.
like this before. I knew Weefies was smart, but this was an unparalleled level of intelligence.
Give me your inventory, and I'll know if you kept anything.
There you go. Is that good?
An other side disc, Parrot. 7 planks, a shovel, and a boat. Drop it.
That's it? You're fine with everything I just gave you?
I'll drop my items soon enough.
Weefies, I'm gonna run out of food.
You have 7 hunger bars left, Parrot.
Yo.
Weefies, we're back here? You gonna put me back on that platform again?
This is the final clean start, Parrot.
Weefies, I can't even sprint anymore.
Drop the block. Look, Parrot. All my armor and the totem. So you know I'm serious.
Yo,
What is this?
what?
Weefies, what is this?
The final showdown. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is deeper than Minecraft.
Step on
bro.
a pressure plate.
I had to log out the game and slap buddy in real life. I wish my mans would do this to me in the game, bro. Next time I see you, his hands, bro. It's deeper than the game.
It won't kill you. You will step on a pressure plate. You left me without a choice, Parrot. From this point on, if either of us steps off, if you try to break a block, the entire chamber blows up with us in it.
Yo.
I told you this prison was perfect, Parrot. I gave you a chance to live freely. And you wouldn't take it.
You really have nothing on you?
I told you I'd start over. On the same footing as you. No items, nothing.
Weefies.
Checkmate.
You hold on to this.
Spyglass?
This is my prized spyglass. Like, this thing, you don't understand. This thing means so much to me, bro. So, if something happens to you, that spyglass is gone.
I mean, I appreciate it. It's all yours. Where did you get that? I tracked your entire inventory, Parrot. How did you get that?
Not as smart as you
Remember
think,
when I
huh?
threw it off the top of the prison? I went back to pick it up after I tried to kill you. I don't know why I kept it. Maybe because it reminded me of like who you used to be.
I told you before. I killed that version of me, Parrot. I had to. Guards, please!
Weefies. You know what I've realized?
Guards, please.
I'm not smarter than you.
Yeah, buddy, we
I'm not.
know.
This prison, the only reason it's perfect is because of that exact reason. But you know the one difference between us? It's that I never lost hope in you. Every single day, for the past 3 weeks that I was inside of this prison, I thought that at some point, maybe, you'd snap out of it. And you'd realize that what you did was wrong and you'd let us both out. I don't want to do this. I really don't. I don't. You kept on saying that you killed your past self to become who you are today. But both of us know. You will deny it, but both of us know that there's some version of you deep down that wishes that you hadn't done this, that wishes that you hadn't faked your death, and that wishes that you didn't manipulate my friends and kill them, and do all these things to me, and wishes that they could go back. You know that. You're staring at me right now because you know that. Weefies, when I leave this place, when I get out of this prison, just know, even after all that you did, I'm not gonna remember you as the player who did all these horrible things. When people ask me about who Weefies was, I'm gonna remember you as the Weefies that I used to know. The Weefies that cared about other people and was kind to everyone. The Weefies that gave me the spyglass.
Please, Parrot. Please. Give that to me before you hurt yourself.
It's all yours.
Dickhead! 1 million IQ, Weefies. Don't become the very thing you sought to stop. The harming of Parrot. He can't step off the plate because it's a contradiction. He literally can't. That's crazy. He can't step off the plate, bruh. Damn. That's baller. Well, Paragon now, so go ahead. Accept your fate. You mad man. He ain't lost in the game of chess in a long time. All the adventures I never got to
There's
see.
nothing you can do alone that's better than something we can do as two people.
But thank you for being my friend.
Anytime, dude.
That's tough. Woo! That's what I call an arc. That's some pretty good writing. That last scene was good. It's a great final scene. That was better than the King's arc for sure. Oh, no, this is satisfying. Get out of there. Look back one more time. Literally, that's Weefy's resting place. He built the prison that became his own. gotta say. I gotta say. Wow. Absolutely incredible work. That was calm. I mess with that. If you guys like this, like the video right now if you got this far. Comment your thoughts on the arc. Did you think this was better than King's arc or not? Is this your favorite arc? I know a lot of y'all favorite arc is Mafia arc. But this right now, this is number one. Crazy. I ain't expect Parrot to be had at number one, but we about to see Wimbu, what Wimbu got. You know, I know Flame Frax probably hasn't gotten too much into storytelling, more so like PvP kind of combat, you know, type stories. But I think if all of these guys really take their time with the writing, and really appreciate what they're doing for the youth, how they're transforming, you know, cinema in the Minecraft community. And really on YouTube in general, because this is some of the most popular content on YouTube. So, yeah, I can appreciate it. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, all that. And I'll see you in the next one, bro. Peace out. It was nice watching this with y'all.